Hey, hope everyone's doing good today. My name is Shawn. I work with CapstanAG, obviously. I take care of Central and Western US as the territory sales manager. Today, we're going to go over our legacy systems for our products and upgrading to our Pinpoint 3. So we'll start off with what we consider our legacy products. We'll go down the list there with Aim Command, Sharpshooter, Pinpoint, Aim Command Pro, Sharpshooter with Rate Sync, Evo, and Pinpoint 2. Obviously, the Aim Command and Aim Command Pro are both Case IH products, but those are both eligible for upgrades. Also, at any time, if you guys have questions, either send a message in the chat or just let us know. So Pinpoint 3 envelop features. With this product, you're going to get individual nozzle control, pressure control, valve diagnostics, turn comp per nozzle, predictive rate control, and it is an ISOBUS integrated system. So no more having to have that second monitor in the cab like we did with Aim Command Pro, Sharpshooter, or the Pinpoint product. So, Sharpshooter, Rate Sync, and Aim Command. Those systems, the features you would get with those are pressure control and shut off section by section. So instead of, when you speed up, slow down, and you're not controlling your pressure, we would do that with pulsing our valve on there, and it would just shut it off in however many sections your machine had. So to upgrade that system, the only thing you're going to be able to keep with that is the solenoids. So you're going to get all new harnessing and everything else with that. The coils can stay. What you're going to need to upgrade with that is just the chassis kit and the boom kit. Evo, so the features you got with Evo are still going to be your pressure control. You're actually getting turn comp per section with this, and it's still going to shut off in sections. So turning in the field, you're going to get it section by section instead of not having turn comp. What's needed on this is the same thing as the last ones. You're going to replace everything but the solenoids. So you're still going to need your chassis kit and your boom kit. Pinpoint / Aim Command Pro. The features you got with this was individual nozzle control, turn comp per nozzle, and along with valve diagnostics. These can be a little tricky because if the customer has updated his VCMs on his boom, there's a possibility that he doesn't need the boom VCM kit with it. The way to tell with that is if it has a little 4-pin weather pack that comes out of the VCM tube. If it has that, it's not compatible with our Pinpoint 3 product. So if they have a standard Aim Pro or Pinpoint 1 with the old style VCMs, they will need to get a boom kit with that. So that's going to come with new VCMs and new extension harnesses. And then you'd also need a chassis kit with that product. So just keep that in mind whenever you do go to quote that is to double check your VCMs to make sure that they are the old ones versus the new style. Pinpoint 2, these features are going to be the same as what we had with Aim Command Pro and Pinpoint. The only difference was that we went to our newer style VCMs, and then we also made the display a little bit bigger. That way people could see the line items and what was going on in the display a little better. If you have a true Pinpoint 2 system, the only thing you'll need be able to do is just do an upgrade kit with that. And that would mean we're going to replace your gateway hub and we're going to give you a chassis harness. So the upgrade cost on a Pinpoint 2 is going to be a lot cheaper than having to do the boom kit and the chassis kit. These also can be a little bit tricky because we had a program a while back, and I guess still sort of do on a as needed basis, but you could upgrade your Aim Command Pro or Pinpoint screen to our Pinpoint 2 display. So you need to make sure if you're asking your customers about upgrading to our Pinpoint 3 from a 2, that it is a true full-blown Pinpoint 2 product with our new VCMs, not our old style with that 4-pin weather pack. The easiest way to tell also on that one is Our old style pinpoint had the big round, what people would call the oil pan cover that said CapstanAG pinpoint on it. And then the AIM Pro hubs had a square cover that had, I think it said AIM Command Pro on it. So make sure you're double checking that one whenever you go to upgrade those guys also. So legacy valves. We also have the opportunity to upgrade these valves, and this goes across any system on our legacy systems. If you look at the valve on the very right, that is our standard legacy stainless valve assembly. Our middle one there is going to be our fly body. So we came out with those a few years ago and have since discontinued that middle valve assembly. So you can upgrade any of those two to our new style that's on the left. Our new Spitfire valve assembly that's on the left, we actually make that all in-house. So we control the quality of everything. Uh, and there's a little bit difference with what we did with that. So you can't take a Spitfire coil and put it onto a legacy valve assembly because there is no threads on there. It's a clip that holds that bell housing in place. So you will need to do the full assembly. You can do just a valve trade-in if you don't do a system upgrade, but you're not going to be able to go to our high flow valve assemblies depending on what product you have because those are pulling about an amp a piece depending on the system that you got. So you need to make sure you're asking those questions if you go to upgrade those valve assemblies. So compatibility tips. A few things that you need to look at when you are upgrading these systems. You may need to have an unlock. So certain machines are not going to be ISO unlocked. So you need to make sure that you're looking at that opportunity of, hey, we may need to get an ISO unlock on this. Just because we send you a quote, your sales guy should be telling you, hey, there's a possibility you need an unlock with this, because that is going to add a little bit of money to that quote. ISO display needed. So some of our old legacy products are still running Viper Pros, Pro 700s, things like that. They have to make sure that those displays are an ISO compatible with the machine because our system will not run on that unless it is. Like I was saying earlier, you need to check all the VCMs, make sure that they are our new style of VCM if it is a Pinpoint 2 or an old AIM Command Pro / Pinpoint, because if they did upgrade those, you don't need to get that boom kit. Same thing with what we said down below on that next one with the display upgrade. These systems are not compatible with chemical injection, so you need to also make sure that the machine does not have chemical injection because we won't be able to run that. I think there is some models you can run it on. Just ask your sales guy about that, but for the most part, it's not a compatible product. Anybody have any questions? If you do, let us know. If not, we appreciate your guys' time and your business. That's all we have.